Okay, now we're over at NBA Live. Once again, this game is still a work in progress, but I think EA is taking a lot of steps in the correct direction. It's a heavily slept on game. It's still not a great game. And it's not really a good game, but the fundamental things it does very well. If you take NBA Live for what it is and you just don't compare it to 2K, just play Live and understand that it's NBA Live, stop trying to compare it to 2K and take it for what it really does and what it really is. It's a pretty good game. It's not bad. Like, I can play a game of NBA fun, you know. Of course, it's going to take a lot of slider adjustments to bring down the success of the inside buckets and contact. You know, sliders need to go up to combat some of this stuff.
Despite previously expressing interest
you know,
in participating in one more Olympic Games,
it's not a bad game.
That he
I'm gonna play this on broadcast
Here's what I think of Kobe's
to show you what I'm
position.
talking about with
He's in his 20th season.
the quickness and fluidity of the offense.
He's going to the Hall of Fame. He plays on the Lakers. They're irrelevant. He's on the farewell tour. He wants to give other players an opportunity. He played for Team USA in the 2008 and 2012 Olympics, winning a gold medal each time. He would like to see himself right off into the sunset and enjoy retirement.
Welcome to Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City. As we get
set
for Russell Westbrook,
we're in NBA Live here.
Oklahoma City Thunder taking on
Not
James
as
Harden
visually appealing as
Houston
2K,
Rockets.
but it's
As we
still
get
not
things
very
started,
bad.
Jeff, who on the Rockets do you think they need to keep an eye out for here tonight?
The great
James Harden cashing out
when
already.
Well,
I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about
that
that 2K could use. I called a play, and look where it's pointing me to the direction of where I need to go already.
Runs a great pick and roll coming off.
Now we're in the offense.
And then is an
Coming off screens, fluid, very fluid. See how quick that was? See how fluid that was? Everybody knows exactly where they need to go. You know, there's really nothing in the engine holding players back from getting to where they need to go. I have no idea how to work NBA Live's replay feature, but we're going to get into it. You see how just quick and effortless the offense ran? 2K, it has the ability to do this, but a lot of times in 2K, players just, the engine, like I said, the engine's so outdated. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm trying to get a really good look at the floor. Swing the ball over to Steven Adams. You know, KD's immediately coming up. Russ is cutting through. Swing it over to Serge. Swing the camera around. And you see Russ cuts through, clears out to the other side. He runs into Dwight. Let's see if I can get a look at Russ. He runs into Dwight, but, you know, it's not like he hit a force field. He actually reacts to a Dwight. You know what I mean? He brushes off. Dwight rubs the pipe, as we used to call it. That's pause. But that's what my high school coach, Brian Reese, who played for Carolina, used to call it, rubbing the pipe, trying to knock Russ off his path. And then you see Steven Adams, you know, after Russ clears through. He's cutting through now. Very beautiful basketball here. This is something you can't really take away from NBA Live. They execute on offense very well, you know, for what it is. The off-ball physics, players reacting to each other. It's very nice, you know, like it's actually slept on.
This be their year when you have Dwight Howard and James Harden.
Now we're on the defensive end here.
It is. Listen, they are a dynamic offensive team. They are hard
I
to
fell
guard.
asleep. Oh, Jesus.
And
this is something else I like about NBA Live too.
James Harden will go to the line looking to complete the three-point play.
I know this is probably a canned animation, but it looks so fluid. Even though Andre Roberson kind of slid into place, I'm not going to give him a pass, you know. I'm not giving him a pass for that shit. It kind of slid into place there. But it was just so... That's a fluid play. Like, you don't see fluid poster animations like that in 2K. You know, it's just... That's a poster. You know what I mean? Granted, he did slide into place for that. But, I don't know. It was just...
Are you kidding me?
It just looked a lot more fluid than it would in 2K. You know, 2K is just kind of... I don't know. We'll run some more offense here. I can't see the dot, but the arrows point me to the dot. Okay. Surge steps out. We're into the offense. What we got here? Look at that. I don't know why I'm going Andre Roberson. But I'm just showing you, like, the off-ball action here. The way players have the ability to interact with each other while off the ball. In real time. You know? Let's look at Russ here when he's making his cut through. Can I get on Russ? Thank you. Pass the surge. Run through. Pat Beverly is going to try to, you know, impede his progress. But Russ, you know, interacts with him and clears him out. He brushes him off. He's like, hey, get out of my way, Pat. I got somewhere to be. You don't see that in 2K. In 2K, they're going to bump into each other. It's going to be like a force field. They're not going to interact with each other, but they're going to bump each other. Russ is going to, like, jump back like he hit a force field, and it's going to slow the whole play down. But here, Russ clears through, comes and set this back screen, kind of a back screen. But it's more like rubbing the pipe, like my coaches called it. Pause, pause, pause again. You know, he's coming through. He's not really setting the screen, but he's going to rub the pipe to, you know, stop James Harden. James Harden, of course, reacts. He's like, oh, dang. And Pat Beverly was smart enough to say, oh, snap, let me switch. You know, let me pick him up. James Harden also is like, oh, snap, I lost my man, but I'm supposed to be with Russ. You know, now Russ is open. And it's like James Harden knows this. But he's like, hey, Dwight, I need you to go, you know, pick my man up. So Dwight's like, okay, let me go switch off to Russ. And James Harden takes Steven Adams. The defensive rotations in live are slept on, man. Like, this is a good play of basketball here. Like, live is on the way. The AI might not be up to par with 2K, but the AI plus live's engine, the Ignite engine, work well enough together to where, you know, players on the floor can go where they need to be at all times. You know what I mean? And the rotations are just really nice. Andre Roberson had no business making that shot, you know, but that's one of Live's flaws. A lot of shots go in that aren't supposed to go in.
And now shoot a free throw.
Unable to connect on the free throw.
I really think Sim Nation really needs to, like,
James Harden has become
give this game a shot. Yeah, the animation quality is terrible.
This guy had a chance to be special, Jeff.
We get into an offense. I can't see the dot, but the arrows tell me where to go.
The ability to get to the free throw line.
Surge steps out. What we got going? Russ cutting through. Another rub the pipe type of play. Russ is immediately coming off. KD's coming off. Now I don't have anything. So I'm just going to jack. But it was still pretty fluid possession, you know? It was just well defended. It's like players are making moves simultaneously, you know? Now this is where Live struggles. I'm trying to hit L1 to call a smart play, but there are no smart plays. There are no freelancers. Look at this.
To Adams. Adjust the shot.
Hopped into the pick and roll. Now I'm going to show you why Live's pick and roll is better than 2K's pick and roll. Right here. This is a great example. Something about the way the pick and roll plays in NBA Live. The pocket opens up. You know, there's a screen. Granted, it wasn't a great screen, no. But there's still a little bit of a pocket. I might have reached a little bit here. with this bounce pass, but you're still able to, you know, deliver that bounce pass right there in the pocket. You can't do that in 2K. Now Dwight, you know, remember in 2K I was just showing you how when there was no hedge, you know, Dwight's still going to stay with Steven Adams. He's still going to shadow Steven Adams. And because of that, that pocket doesn't open up. However, here, Dwight is shadowing. He's shadowing Russ a little bit, which opens up the pocket where you can deliver that bounce pass. This is more of an authentic pick and roll. This is something more true to life you will see. This is something more parallel to real life. You know what I mean? Live does a really, really fundamentally good job with replicating the way the pick and rolls ran in real life, you know.
And Steve Adams will go to the line. He's shooting 62%.
I don't like the free throw system in Live. I think they need to go towards more what 2K does, but, you know, it is what it is with NBA Live. They're trying to be different. But yeah, Live does some really, really good things, or, you know, really a lot of things well, but people are just asleep.
Well, he is really their point guard. He's the de facto.
James Harden tried to punch on someone else.
They run high pick and rolls for him, or he isolates.
I like how James Harden's actually trying to take people off the dribble in Live too. You know, he's actually playing true to himself. He get into the cup, get into the line.
He is going to find that spot up shooter, and he passes it on time and on target.
All right, let's get into some more offense. Look at this action. More pick and roll. Pocket would have been there, but Serge decided to step out. It's not a bad play, but the pocket was definitely there if he had a roll.
Strong move to the rim. In the paint. Nice.
Post game is not pretty.
You need guys who can make shots under duress and pressure. That was a well-defended possession.
Go to KD here.
But that man stuck it.
Got some pick and roll. Could have pulled that with KD. Handoff.
Terrific ball move.
I like Live's handoffs. I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna jack with Andre Roberson, but fuck it. I'm gonna show you this. Show you what I mean by, you know, the handoff man, you know, acting similarly to the pick man. Alright. I don't know why I have Serge Ibaka taking a handoff. Don't ask, but I'm just, you know, testing out the pick, you know, the handoffs. Look how KD squares up, uses his body as a shield to Clint Capella. Clint Capella, even though he clips KD, he's still fighting around KD as if KD was setting a screen. You know what I mean? This is the way the handoff should be played. This is how the handoff should run. Live does this really well. And look how Serge accepts the handoff and curls off the handoff. And even though Live probably isn't deep enough to where you can roll off handoffs, look, that pocket is there. Even if KD did roll, that pocket is there. I can deliver that bounce pass if KD decides to roll to the hoop. You know what I'm saying? Live does a hell of a job with this. KD using his body as a shield, helping Serge out off the handoff. Pocket's there. It's gorgeous, man. Like, why are people trashing this game? This game has a lot of the fundamental things correct.
Oh, that's a sweet
finish
right there. Dunking the ball with strength and force.
They do a lot of the fundamental things correctly. Go to KD.
Jeff, Kevin Durant displays a lot of humility, but you know he feels
that
he's the
KD,
best player
Serge
on the floor every time he steps on the court.
And he
I'm just jacking at this point. But I'm going to look at something else here. Look at this whole play over again. Let's go to broadcast cam and replay. Now, there was a hiccup here. As you see KD under the basket or on the block about to come off the screen. There was a hiccup here. All right. But this hiccup still worked out. You know, KD got stuck. It happens. It's a video game. Even though he gets stuck, he still comes off. You know what I'm saying? In 2K, KD would have been bumped backwards, and then the whole play would have shut down. You know, it would have took him forever to really, you know, realize and react to, you know, what just happened, and now he has to try to fight, and he's stuck. Similar to the Anthony Morrow clip I showed you, how he, you know, got bumped and then just kind of forgot what he was supposed to be doing. Here, KD gets stuck. It happens. But somehow it still works out in a natural fashion. The pick is still used. Steven Adams still gets Trevor, clips him a little bit. You know, it still works out.
They think
and
they
I love Love
so
for
much
that.
time into their craft to hone it, to perfect it, that no one can stop them. And when it comes to scoring, there is not a better scorer.
Now, Love
in
is
this
weaker
league
in areas
than
in 2K.
Kevin Durant. He has earned the right to feel he's
As
at
far
the
as just
very
the
top of his
depth
game
of offense, they just don't have as many. They have like 9 plays in Love. You know, it is what it
Always fun
is.
to be at Thunder games, Jeff. This crowd is just absolutely incredible. Maybe the loudest in the NBA.
I love coming to Oklahoma City, Mike. Bricktown the night
Get a
before
handoff
the
here.
game, and then game night. This crowd noise
I'm still
reminds
just
me
jacking,
of a
you know,
collegial
screw it.
atmosphere. They're on their feet
just trying to show
early.
you some
They
of the-
stay no matter how
the
game is
fluidity of
going.
offense here in
They
this
stay through
game.
the end. I just love the energy and passion of the Oklahoma
I do like to play
City
Will.
Thunder fan base, and they have delivered
There just
as
isn't
fans of their team.
enough plays here. They got, you know, it's not really
Adams.
player specific. You can't assign plays to players. You know what I mean? When the offense dies, it just dies. There's no freelance, as you just seen.
Durant fires for 3 with 2 left
So
on the
if you're not
24.
getting a good look in NBA Live, there's no freelance for you to fall back to. You know, you just have to either wing it, run a pick and roll, or get some handoff action. You know,
to Harden,
it is what it is. But
he's averaging 6 assists per game this season. What's going on, Jeff? They won't call timeout.
that's
They
where
need
Live
it.
falls short.
Mike, I don't like to second guess, but I'm surprised.
But if they
haven't
actually
called the
worked on
timeout
that,
right here.
got some
I know
depth in the
some
play
coaches
calling,
like to let their players play
got some
through
freelance offenses in
the
there.
swings of the game, but right here, a timeout is
Look at that V
warranted.
cut. That's gorgeous
Excellent
basketball there.
ball
I don't know why I keep
movement.
jacking with
Great
KD,
teamwork.
but go back and look at that. KD comes down and then V cuts up. That is fucking gorgeous, bro. Like, you just don't see that in 2K. It's like, it's so seamless. You know what I mean? Like, that is seamless as hell. Like, KD recognizes Russ coming down to set the down screen here. You know, V cuts. Solid screen set. No one steps out. You know, you just don't
Alley-oop. Oh, what a
see that
play
kind of
as he
stuff in
slams it
2K.
home.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
nice
like,
right there.
2K is
To
good
finish
at
the
what
rim
it
with a nice
does.
dunk.
Westbrook
You know, it's great in
moves into the
areas,
front court.
but it falls short in some areas.
Moving the ball around beautifully, and now he moves around the defender at the rim.
Look at this play. Here, Steven Adams kind of rolled. I kind of was late on the pass. That's why, you know, I wasn't able to get a good look off that. But I didn't realize he was going to roll off because I didn't know they actually had that. But they do have that. The handoff and roll. KD curls the handoff. Takes it with intent. Unlike in 2K. Takes it with intent. Steven Adams actually rolls to the hoop. I was super late on the pass, but the pocket was there. You see how he seals off Trevor? Kind of seals him off. I don't know if that's purposely or what, but it kind of looks purposely the way Trevor Ariza reacts to him. You know what I'm saying? Trevor is trapped. Off ball, there's physics. There's physics off ball. You know what I'm saying? Players react to each other off ball. So yes, he is kind of trapped behind him. Like, Steven Adams seals him off on the roll. You don't have that in 2K. Players don't really interact with each other off the ball in a physical type of manner.
Steve Adams will get to shoot at the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 from the line.
Which is something I think 2K could implement in their game.
Preventing an easy
You know,
score
I'm not saying
and
Live
putting
is
a
better.
poor
I'm not-
free throw shooter
Live's
to the
clearly
free
not
throw
better.
line.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying people trash this game instead of actually taking the time to notice the fundamental things that, you know, the game does right.
Nice ball movement. Harden against Westbrook. Getting to the basket.
It's a crazy block there.
Singler brings it across. Gets to the rim. Good finish inside.
That's nice body control right there.
I don't like how hit and miss it is on the inside, on the interior on live. It's really hit and miss. Sometimes you can get some beautiful real-time physics ragdoll style. Other times, you know, you go to the lane without being touched when you should. You know what I mean? It just, that's a flaw with NBA Live, along with a lot of other flaws. But fundamentally, you take NBA Live for what it is, it's a pretty good game. If you don't compare it to 2K. If you compare it to 2K, it's an okay game. I'm gonna run some pick and roll. It's compared to 2K. Like, look at that. You see this? You see this? This fundamental pick and roll basketball here that NBA Live has. You cannot replicate this play in 2K. You can't. You can't do this in 2K. Steven Adams sets the pick. You can't switch the side of the screen on here, but Pat Beverly is obviously icing the pick. So Enes Kanter notices, Pat Beverly's position. He's not going to set like a straight up, I'm going to the baseline type of pick. He's setting more of a vertical type of pick, which is going to free Russ up even though he's icing it. I come off the pick. Dwight, even though he's not hedging, he's shadowing. The shadow opens up the pocket, which is there. I deliver a bounce pass. And it's just fundamental. That's fundamental pick and roll basketball. You cannot do that in 2K, no matter how hard you try. Like, everything has to go perfect. The chances of that happening in 2K is like 1 out of 10. You might get that play 1 out of 10 pick and roll plays you try. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's one of 2K's weaker spots.
Pass to the corner.
Simply put,
For three from the corner. And Trevor Ariza with the bucket from downtown. He's averaging 12
Run some more
points
pick
per
and
game
roll.
this season.
Right from the start here in the first half, they've made a conscious effort to move the basketball around and get
That's good pick and roll
shots.
defense. Wow, he ran me all the way backwards. Pat Beverly's a great defender, iced it.
Jeff, it was a
Forced me all the way back court. That's good pick and roll D. But it felt natural. In 2K, it doesn't feel that natural. Like, it feels kind of like you're being sucked all over the place. Pause. But it feels like, defender is just sucking you into crazy animations on 2K. But here, he iced it, and I had nowhere to go. There's an animation for it here. In 2K, it's just kind of an awkward, I'm trying to go this way, but the defender is kind of like a force field, and I'm just being bumped around.
Looks the head coach who had so much success. But
It just
Billy
feels more
Donovan,
fluid and
him
natural in
well.
NBA Live.
He's a heck of a coach.
He is, and he replaces a great coach in Scott Brooks. I think Billy
Russ
is
is out.
going to be a really
Throws it down.
Oh, look at the athleticism exploding up.
This game is heavily
with the
slept on,
hammer.
man. I wouldn't.
Jones,
It's
for
not worth the
position
price
in the
tag.
paint.
It's nowhere near worth the price tag.
Pass to the corner.
But this demo, you have to download it. You might as well.
Harden against Waiters.
If you are new to Sim Nation or new to the Sim style of
Anticipation
play,
to take the pass away.
and you're just trying to get your feet wet, 2K's too overwhelming for you, hop in NBA Live, man, and learn how to run some of this offense. It's a nice introduction. You can use it as like a stepping stone.
Most dynamic player in the league.
Mike,
Use it kind of as a stepping stone going into
when
2K.
Mark Jackson and I,
2K, there's
working
so
with
much
you, had
going
that
on with the
discussion on
freelances,
what
a
does
million
pound for
plays to
pound mean?
run.
Who cares pound for pound?
Live, there's like
It's
9
just,
plays.
Are you there or aren't you there?
You can just run the shit out of those to teach yourself, how to run offense.
He's a small guy, but he's as
And
ferocious as anybody.
eventually you can hop into 2K and
Westbrook is 6
start building your own playbooks.
On-knee ball. Animal.
I love this
Strong,
off-ball
tough,
action, man.
fearless,
Like,
competitive. He's not small. He's strong.
it's just so much going on. Like Live doesn't have freelance, but like it feels like it does, you know? Like, this wasn't a play at all. This was just me, like, the play broke down. Go to broadcast cam here. Play broke down. Deion Waiters cuts across, sets a down screen for Serge. Serge had already set a, you know, a flex screen back door. Now he's coming right off this screen right here from Deion. Comes up for a pick and roll play. You know, the roll wasn't there. They played good defense on it. Rotations are kind of iffy. I don't know where James Harden's going. I guess he's stepping up because, hey, rotations. But now I have two people guarding me. Play breakdown. James Harden tries to get back to his man. But look what's going on the other side of the court. Kyle Singler's coming off. Serge sets a nice screen. It might have been a moving screen, but fuck it, it happens. It's just so fluid. Like, everything was so fluid on that play. There's no dead time. You know, players weren't just standing around and then reacting to what was supposed to be going on. Players were constantly moving, you know? A lot of it slept on, man. Y'all got to get out here and play this game. You know, I understand it's not a good game. I know this. What I'm doing is just showing you that there is some content here that Sim Nation can appreciate, you know? I understand that animation quality is shitty. I understand that it looks like PS3. Trust me, I know. You gotta play with an open mind, though. Just gotta play with an open mind and enjoy it for what it does well, which is the fundamental things. Pick and roll, handoffs, offense, off ball, defensive rotations. You know, it's some good in this game, and you don't really have to dig for it. You can just run offense and see it.
The push of the basketball by Ty Lawson, the end-to-end speed.
But I'm about to hop off.
Is incredible.
These videos will be going up on Cheese Proof tomorrow, maybe tonight, depending on how I'm feeling.
And when he is attacking,
make sure you keep checking out Cheese Proof.
It is hard to deal with. He can finish, he can shoot.
A lot of content coming up.
Terrific passer in the
USGL playoffs is coming.
I love watching this young man play.
Coming pretty soon, so I'm about to hop off here, man.
Great offense, great look. Just couldn't knock it in.